The San Francisco Giants win another magnificent one-run ball game on the season against the Bay Area rival Oakland A's. And that is right, guys. We saw the Battle of the Bay get off to a very hot start. The Giants get a big victory, and they are able to keep pace with the St. Louis Cardinals in that second wild card. We're now 3.5 games back still of the Cardinals, but this was a huge victory. We got a leapfrog in front of 5 teams in that National League wild card. So right now, the mindset, the mentality, just take it one day at a time. And so let's get into this, guys. We sent our best pitcher to the mound to start us off on a good note. Madison Bumgarner got the start, and he absolutely dealt in this one. He has been pitching so phenomenal of late, and I mean, it has just been so much fun to watch him go out there and do his thing and, really be a salvation to the Giants. I mean, you think about all the production that he came through for us in 2014 in that playoff run. And then now, in a must-win scenario, I mean, not necessarily must-win this one, but it definitely has that feeling because, when you're trying to catch 5 teams in the wild card and, you're trailing already the teams that you need to catch. So, you not only got to win a lot of games, but you got to hope maybe to, win multiple series and maybe sweeps here and there if you can. Whatever you got to do, but the mindset one game at a time. So Bumgarner goes 7 innings in this one. He gives up 2 hits. He allows 1 earned run. Now, the earned run was pretty controversial, if you ask me, because it came in at bat against Stephen Piscotty. And what I didn't like was that during the at-bat, Bumgarner was in his motion, and he was about ready to deliver, and Piscotty called time, and the umpire gave it to him, and then Bumgarner had to stop his motion. And you can see on the mound, Bumgarner was, pretty visibly frustrated with the umpire for, giving the timeout call to Piscotty. And then later in the at-bat, on an inside fastball, I believe it was, Piscotty wound up hitting a, home run on the pitch. And so, you wonder if maybe that carried over in the at-bat, the frustration with the umpire. So, nevertheless, guys, that was all Bumgarner would give up in this one. He did not walk a batter. He struck out 9 A's. And now, guys, he has a 3.63 ERA on the season. And if we go delve right more into those numbers, his last 10 outings now for Bumgarner, in 62 innings, he's given up only 44 hits. He has only given up 10 walks. He struck out 61 batters, and he's got a 2.61 ERA on the year. Now, Bumgarner was opposing Brett Anderson in this one. The 31-year-old left-hander went 6 innings for the A's. He gave up 6 hits, allowing 2 earned runs, struck out 4 batters. And so, guys, now let's get into the scoring of how this game played out. In the top of the 5th inning, the A's would get on the board on that Stephen Piscotty solo home run. So that would make it 1-0 A's. And now, as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Giants would make some noise finally. We've had some struggles on the season against left-handed starting pitchers. So it was nice to get a couple runs here in that 6th inning. Evan Longoria would knock in Buster Posey with an RBI double down that left field line. That would knot the game up at 1. And then later in the inning, Kevin Pillar, having a career year at the batter's box, he would knock an RBI double and add to his career high in RBIs. Pillar now with 63 RBIs on the year. His previous career high was 59. So, with still about 30 to 40 games left or so to play in the season, Pillar, he's just having a great year. And it's just, man, what more can we say about Superman? The defense, the energy he brings, what he's done for us in the batter's box. he is a clutch player, and he is a guy you want to see up there in a critical game time situation. And so that would give the Giants a 2-1 lead, and the Giants would get some insurance in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we saw huge contributions. Bumgarner, he laid down a sacrifice bunt in that inning to set up a 2nd and 3rd 1-out scenario. And up comes Scooter Gennett, guys. That's right. We got a new Scooter in town. Hunter Pence, he was a revelation for so many years now, but he has passed the baton over to Scooter Gennett. And Scooter Gennett would come up with a huge sacrifice fly, especially when you consider that he was down in the count. It was a 1-2 count. So, pitchers obviously are always going to try to throw that kitchen sink at you to try to get that elusive strikeout, especially when you got a runner at third, less than 2-out scenario. So the sacrifice fly gives the Giants a 3-1 lead. And now, as we go to the 9th inning, we brought in our closer, Will Smith, and he did get into some trouble in that 9th inning. The A's would tag a run on him thanks to a Mark Canha bases-loaded walk. So, it got pretty dicey in that 9th inning. Famous slogan, if you guys remember, from the 2010 baseball season with the Giants was baseball torture. And, they were notorious for getting this name because every game that they played seemed to be a one-run ball game, a game where you're biting your nails off your hands. There's just so much adrenaline flowing through your body because the game is just so intense. So it's a lot of fun to watch, especially if you come out on the winning side. Not so much if you come out on the losing side. But nevertheless, you enjoy, you give with what you take, right? As they quote that they like to say out there. And so, guys, we are going to get into the hitting statistics of the game for your San Francisco Giants. Buster Posey had a good game. He went 1 for 3, got on base twice. He did score 1 run. He is now hitting .255 on the season. And so hopefully we're going to see some better things out of Buster Posey. He has definitely been much better than last year, but I still think, we haven't seen him peak out at the level of MVP type of play that we know is still within reach and capable within him. It's still something that I think over these last 40 or so games, I definitely do think he can run into a hot streak, and it could really change the outlook of the season he is having. So hopefully this will be a good start for him. Evan Longoria, he goes 1 for 4 in the game. He scores 1 run, comes up with that clutch RBI in that in that 6th inning when we're making that comeback. Longoria is now hitting .249 on the season. Kevin Pillar, Superman, guys, a multi-hit game. Pillar is really starting to increase that average. So now you're not only seeing the clutch RBIs, the clutch defense, but now you're starting to see the average climb. So that's also really exciting. Pillar goes 2 for 4 with 1 RBI. He is hitting .253 on the season now. Austin Slater, he would get a start in this one. He would go 1 for 3, and he is hitting .258 on the season. On another note, guys, something I wanted to get into, we saw Aramis Garcia get a start in this one. He was called up from AAA, and so I really loved what we saw out of Garcia in his limited amount of playing time last year. I even remember last year he hit an opposite field home run, I think, at San Diego, and he hit an opposite field home run at Oracle Park. So it really just goes to show what type of power this kid has. So, it's going to be exciting to see his at-bats moving forward in the future. And so, guys, now let's get into the bullpen pitching statistics of the game for your San Francisco Giants. So following those 7 magnificent innings from Madison Bumgarner, we brought in Reyes Maranta in that 8th inning. He would go 1 inning. He did not give up a hit or a walk or a earned run, striking out 1 batter. Maranta now with a 2.58 ERA on the year. And Will Smith, guys, our closer, would get the job done in a really crazy 9th inning. Oh, man, it was just so intense. Will Smith picking up his 29th save of the year. He would go an inning in that 9th, allowing 3 hits and 1 walk. So a lot of base runners, a lot of traffic on the base paths. Only giving up the 1 earned run, and so obviously went from 3-2 to, or I'm sorry, 3-1 to 3-2, and the game wound up ending with the bases loaded and 2 out for the A's, as Will Smith would get the elusive final strikeout to clinch the victory for the Giants. A big victory that we needed, guys, to keep pace in that wild card race with the St. Louis Cardinals. And so Will Smith, guys, also he had 3 strikeouts in the 9th. He has now got a 2.55 ERA on the season. And so, guys, let's look ahead to the future, to the San Francisco Giants' next game in the series, the 2-game series at Oracle Park. The Battle of the Bay is going to conclude on Wednesday afternoon, a 12:45 matinee day start. We Bay Area fans, we love our day baseball in San Francisco. It's going to be a sight to see. Tyler Beede, the 26-year-old rookie, is going to be taking the mound in this one. He is 3-6 on the year, with a 5.61 ERA to go with 76 strikeouts. Now, it has been a struggle for Beede over his last 4 outings, pitching with an 8.38 ERA. So hopefully, he can turn some things around these last couple months, because we're really going to need the rookies in the starting rotation to step it up big time, because, we can't just keep banking on our veterans, the Bumgarners, the Samardzijas. We can expect good things out of them when they pitch, but, it's really going to be up to the rookies in the starting rotation, the Sean Andersons, the Tyler Beedes, Connor Menez. We've seen him get some starts here. But, it's going to be huge for all of these guys to make a contribution. And, I think the big thing is, keep us in the ball game, because, we've shown our offense, has really come together this year. We got a lot more pop in this lineup. And so, if we can just keep games close, with the rookies pitching in those games, I think good things will be coming, guys. Beede is going to be opposing Homer Bailey in this one. He was a pickup at the trade deadline for the Oakland A's. Homer Bailey, 9-8 on the year with a 5.54 ERA to go with 101 strikeouts. And so, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way through to the end of the video, then be sure to smash that like button, as it really helps support the YouTube algorithm. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and for those of you that comment, I absolutely love interacting with you guys. Love reading your comments. And so comment down below, let me know your opinion, your perspective on the Battle of the Bay game. How much fun did you have watching it? Did you watch it with friends and family? Love to hear about that, guys. And, what are your thoughts on the game? Bumgarner, another magnificent start, and, keeping pace in that wild card race. What a fun, exciting time of year to be a baseball fan. But really, if your baseball team is in it, because, it's not as much fun if you're not playing for something in August and September, because at that point, your mindset is already thinking about the next season when, you're going to be fighting for that playoff spot. And also, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts about some of the recent moves. The Giants calling up 3 of their top prospects to AA, Joey Bart, Helio Ramos, and I believe a Sean Jelly. So that is going to be interesting to see the continued development of these young guys. And I mean, Farhan Zaidi has just done a phenomenal job retooling this farm system, and, really having top-of-the-line talent at, just about every single minor league level. So, it's just been a huge accomplishment of what he's been able to do already. And, for the Giants to be in this position in the first year that Zaidi has been in charge of the baseball operations, it is very impressive, and much credit is due to Farhan Zaidi. And so with that being said, guys, until next time, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.